voice, fingerprints, even the way you walk. These are just a few ways that today's algorithms can identify humans. These are our biometrics. It is crazy to think about the process of identifying a human unique from anyone else on the planet through technology. The question is, can we trust these algorithms, and what happens to our privacy? It's all a test and question of an invasion of privacy. One of the first eye-opening examples of unlawful and inaccurate biometrics is in the United Kingdom's Metropolitan Police. Police use facial recognition biometric collection for surveillance purposes, however, the data has proven to be inaccurate and discriminatory.
It's deeply concerning that it's being used out on the streets at the moment with such a low accuracy rate. For example, protesters have talked about how they would be intimidated to go to a protest where facial recognition is in use.
Beyond government use, companies have had issues with inaccurate facial recognition as well. Studies have found IBM facial recognition technology to be discriminatory toward darker skin tones, and it is still being used out in the public. Another kind of biometric collection is behavioral biometrics. This means companies like YouTube, Facebook, Google are all following our behavioral patterns and making a profit off of it. Biometrics are at the base of these companies' political economies, and there are probably many more around the world. Google commoditizes humans and creates a collection of our personal data to make a profit. This is a clear representation of our invasion of privacy, and even though we let it happen, who's to say how things will grow in the future? So, Google executives have already made claims about hoping to one day have a collection of all human information. Biopower is the future. As scary as it is, pop culture has shown us plenty of examples of a world where human data was taken advantage of and used for a profit. This can be seen in the HBO series Westworld, where the use of biometrics eventually leads to the creation of lifelike robots and the line between reality and fantasy vanishes. Even more so, we see the Big Brother invasion of privacy in George Orwell's 1984. While these are both dystopian societies, the point is that although biometrics may not seem threatening today, we must make sure that they are in control for the future. Unfortunately, computer scientists are way ahead of any formation of new privacy legislation. In fact, biometrics are entering the realm of Evan G. Morozov's coined term technological solutionism. Engineers are experimenting with biometrics to solve virtually any issues humans have to face. This is already occurring around the world today in light of coronavirus. China is using drones to monitor and provide safety, and Poland has created an application that uses biometrics to monitor if people are following the rules and staying inside. Beyond the pandemic, there have been other instances of technological solutionism mindset with biometrics. In 2016, Australia's welfare system had a huge scandal due to the complete reliance on an algorithm.
Back in
While
2016,
Australia's
a
scandal
decision
is
was
just
made
one
to fully
example,
automate a key
algorithms
part
are
of the
everywhere
Australian
and must be
welfare system.
monitored. Our
The part where the
privacy is
earnings
so
of
valuable,
low-income
and at the
people
end of
are
the day,
compared with the
our
amount of
personal
government money
data
they receive.
and means of
The
identification are
government
all
says
we
they do
have.
this to ensure the
Some
right amount of
legislation in
financial
certain parts
assistance
of
is
the
being
world
handed
have
out.
addressed biometrics,
Well, the
but it
data
must
matching
become a clear and
algorithm,
open
officially called the
conversation
Online
across
Compliance
all
Intervention,
continents.
had been in
Governments
place
can
since
change, and we don't
2011.
want personal
Any
data getting into the
discrepancies
wrong
previously
hands.
flagged by the system were investigated by a government employee first. With automation, all human checks were removed.
While Australia's scandal is just one example, algorithms are everywhere and must be monitored. Our privacy is so valuable, and at the end of the day, our personal data and means of identification are all we have. Some legislation in certain parts of the world have addressed biometrics, but it must become a clear and open conversation across all continents. Governments can change, and we don't want personal data getting into the wrong hands.